This is Vinny Curry, and you're watching The Sports Shop.
All right, it's the Super Bowl edition of the Sports Shop, Forte Hair Salon, as you know, each and every week that we broadcast here. And Super Bowl edition, not only currently going into the New England Patriots, the big bad evil of the empire, but kind of looking back at what this means, because everybody here has grown up with this team. Everybody here has had a personal interaction with this team. So go around and you start to just remember where you were for some bad moments. You know, first and foremost, you see the logo and you know, you think 04 and the Super Bowl. The biggest thing that I want to just like get rid of, expel from my body, my memory, is sitting there in South Philly with three of my close friends at the end of the Patriots' loss back in 04 and just being stunned, just not knowing what to do. You know, I'm not that much younger, right? You know, 14 years, but I had no idea what to do with myself. I'm just sitting there like stunned. It's so close, thinking to myself, it's never gonna happen. Because, you know, typical Negadelphia comes in and it's like, my God, this was so close. Of all things, it was the Patriots too, and we'll do our best with our young ball here. So, as I immediately
you cool, right, young boy? You cool, right?
I immediately step over that line.
Give me a high five. Give everybody a high five. There you go. Give everybody a high five.
He's got his game face on too.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like such a 180 to have that years ago, nearly like a decade and a half ago, that feeling that I remember like it was yesterday of just being paralyzed, to now where like I can't even conceive this team losing. I can't. Right? Right? I mean, do you remember 04? Do you remember specifically where you were sitting down?
Yeah, and I still have that feeling. I'm trying to get it out of, like, get it off of me with this win. I hope we win this.
Does this? I mean, I feel like this Super Bowl has to cure everybody a lot of those ills, because you're talking about the memories of being in South Philly, right? And I'm thinking about the time I was also in South Philly with my family, my wife, everybody born and bred Philadelphia, and there's an evolution when you don't know what's going on in a football game and you got everything hanging in the balance. Your mind goes from rationalization to then complete as the clock starts to tick down to like, what the hell is going on here, right? Because I can remember my brother-in-law thinking, all right, they're down, they got to take what the defense gives, we can't have Donovan forcing it. They're moving the ball down the field, then comes the interception, right? And then it's like, what the hell's going on here? So you could see and you could feel that collective gasp in Philadelphia where everybody was trying to figure out how the hell you can move the ball so slowly in a 2-minute drill and then have it all go to crap at the end. There's got to be redemption here. And I think that there's a chance. I think there's good.
Y'all two
That was
Philly
all Donovan's fault.
For the Super Bowl. I was in Jacksonville. Me and my brother were in Jacksonville. And here we are at the cusp of what was going to be the greatest road trip known to man. You know, we've been planning this for years. And he throws that interception. I look over at my brother. We're outside on the streets of Jacksonville. He's laying on the ground with his head in his hands, just like in disbelief.
I can't even imagine.
I can't feel that way again. I don't want to feel that way again.
I take it a step further. I mean, just hearing you guys talk, it just brings me back to a place that my recollection of that game is very foggy. You know, I remember Brian Westbrook scoring. I remember being up at halftime, and I just remember losing. And that, you know, and I remember that the weather was rainy. You know, the forecast like down in Jacksonville, it wasn't like your typical like great weekend.
Right.
But to take it a step further, like I was working for the Eagles at the time, so like we're all looking at it as a staff, as a front office, like we're gonna get rings, man. Like not only is this gonna be great for the city, and this parade is gonna have to start on 309 and go all the way down Broad Street and then go to Wilmington, Delaware, but like we're gonna get rings. And I have like everything from that time. I still have my gear, my sideline pass, everything, but it's just like I can't tell you the final score. I don't remember the second half. And now I look at it like we are really on that doorstep. We're on the precipice of like finally bringing it home for Jerome. It's a good film.
That second half was a blur though. I really don't even. All I remember
Because
is
the
the
Patriots
field
had the
goal.
ball the whole damn time.
I remember the field goal, and I remember it going through, and I remember me just sitting there with the face like,
I hate
yo,
to
what just
play-
happened?
I hate to play
Like,
devil's
what did you
advocate, but you know, you gotta remember we can't get overzealous.
Right.
You know, we playing one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen in history. Right?
We are, but listen, look, I'm
I'm
gonna keep this.
confident that this defense is gonna. They can, they can handle the
Sure,
job.
sure.
You know, I believe full confidently that they can do that.
Like, but let's be real about the Patriots now, right? Like, because at that time the Eagles played him in 2004, this is the highlight of Tom, not the pinnacle of Tom Brady. Certainly last year might have been, but he had been 2-0 in Super Bowls. They were the favorite to win that Super Bowl. He was MVP extraordinaire, younger. You hadn't seen any chinks in the armor at that point. Since then, he has lost 2 Super Bowls, needed a run. Right, the Seattle Seahawks not to run the ball on the final Super Bowl, so he would have 3 straight losses, and I give him all the credit in the world, right? But if Atlanta does 3 or 4 things differently, they lose that Super Bowl too. Now, I'm not saying you take credit away. What I'm saying is this: I think we can all admit to ourselves in 2004 we knew the Patriots were probably going to win that game. I look at this totally different. I'm not Homer. I'm unbiased. Everybody knows my reports. I look at this and I say these Eagles cannot be stopped yet. You got MVP Super Bowl quarterback last year in Matt Ryan that you beat, and then the #1 defense that you just spanked for 38 points, right? So I believe the Eagles will win this game.
Definitely.
I really do.
Definitely.
And I'm just sizing up like it's their time.
Year to beat the
Yeah.
Patriots is this year.
Yeah, it is this year.
This year. This is the time.
No doubt.
This
No
game,
doubt.
this game here rests on destiny. It's a such thing as destiny.
Exactly.
It gotta be 2004, and then we meet up in 2018, the same team. Come on, man, that's destiny.
And the
Think
thing,
about it. Like
the
you
thing
had
that's
Minnesota
common
and
though.
Atlanta
Yeah.
back in 04.
Yeah.
You
But
flipped
now
it.
you flip
Yeah.
it.
The game was in
Situation.
Jacksonville. New England had to beat Jacksonville. They cheated.
Right.
and now there's, you're right though, there's like a balance, this cosmic balance.
Right.
If the
Exactly.
Eagles come out and beat the Patriots,
Football guys on our
right,
side.
you know, beyond it just being an X's and O's and a football story and, you know, the championship coming here to Philadelphia like a Super Bowl Lombardi trophy, there's something to that.
And-
about just like things being balanced
And
out
I
without
believe
that
that.
damn team up there.
As
We
we
gotta
are
keep it
here
a buck, though.
at Forte Hair Salon, right at Broad and Stanton. I mean, this man right here cuts members of the Philadelphia Eagles football team,
Well,
which he
one, yeah.
wasn't. Well, it counts. What you weren't doing in 2004.
Right.
Exactly.
2003, 2004, 2005, you weren't doing that. So like things have changed, things have evolved.
So it's me.
It's
you.
It's
Hey,
you, man.
hey, setting us up Barnett, this man needs a ring. all
Yeah,
right?
I need a ring.
I
need a
will
ring.
say this: it's interesting that all these years later, you know, they still have Brady and Belichick. And on one hand, that works to their advantage. But on the other hand, we all know that Father Time's undefeated, and we know that things change. And this is a totally different Eagles football team.
And Patriots team too, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Absolutely.
I mean,
They're not a traditional
29 great games.
Patriots team. Yeah,
No
right.
doubt. No doubt.
Right.
They was in a bunch of dog fights this year.
I actually had something in my coat that like I've been holding on to for the
Uh-oh.
past,
Props.
you know, couple years.
Oh,
I've been holding on to these,
Wait, man.
Let him zoom on that one.
and I thought I was gonna like put it on some gear and like really be in a celebratory mood and just like have them for my family and friends, and like I've done nothing with them.
When the Eagles win, you get to take this, take the fireplace.
And burn it.
I think we do it ahead of time. I think
mean-
it's a preemptive move. You
No,
know,
he's gotta-
Listen, I don't want anything to do. We
Exactly,
started
yeah,
out
yeah, you gotta
talking
break-
about where
That's
we
true.
were and how
Yeah.
heartbroken
That's
and
true.
how stuck and
These
stiff we
are
were.
worthless to an Eagles fan.
Get rid of those things,
Super Bowl
man.
That's bad.
39.
What the hell you doing?
That's
He
bad.
won't listen.
Look, that's bad karma right now.
Thank you,
know what I
sir.
mean?
Thank you,
Bad
I don't know
sir.
about bad
Like
karma.
two. Well, hold on a second. Two won't let me cut
You
my
don't,
beard.
you don't need no connection to their game at all.
He
you know
won't
what I
let
mean?
me cut my beard because of like the whole mantra of karma and everything. Get rid of that damn thing, man.
I
Let's
mean, it's
burn
not
it.
doing me
Bad
like
vibes, man.
Maybe I
Let's
can
burn
sell
it.
it to a Patriots fan.
No, all money ain't good money, man.
That's true.
Let me
All
ask you
money
guys
ain't
this.
good
Let me ask you guys this. All right, the Patriots have been in all this, the 5 Super Bowls, right? That they've won. Even the ones they've lost, every game has been close, right? They haven't blown anybody out. They haven't been blown out, right? One possession against Seattle, huge comeback against Atlanta. You know that this is going to be a close game. So what I'm saying is this. Many years ago, when it was Andy Reid on that sideline, everybody's pulling their hair out, if we had hair, right? Saying, what are you doing in the final 2.5 minutes of this game? You can't feel that way about Doug the way he's coached this year.
Yeah,
You
Doug.
got to be confident in a one-possession game, he's going to come up with something.
I agree. I mean, because they have established, like, what I like about this team is, if you looked at the game, if you watched the game against Minnesota, like, the defense set the tone. You know, like, Darby gets the interception.
Right.
He's pointing downfield, like, block him, block him. He gets 6.
Robinson, and Darby just
Yeah.
blows himself up.
So, Robinson, so it's like, you watch that, and then you watch the ease come over Nick Foles and the offense. And then he does what he does best, and he leads, and he has confidence, and they just go on. You know, I got on Twitter, I was like, let's save some of these touchdowns for the next game.
I think his confidence come from also from Carson Wentz being there with him. So
Absolutely.
he got that security blanket for somebody to tell him it's going to be all right, aside from a coach. You know what I mean? I think Carson Wentz being there looking at the game, and when he comes sit with him, I think he helping him. You know what I mean? Make the decisions, because you notice he not like pumping the ball no more. He just letting it rip. You know what I mean? He not thinking
One
about it.
time, like, he had it, and then he
started
That was
doing
that,
it.
that was
and
that,
I was
that
like,
pass
no.
to Alshon.
He
Which
had
I thought
it.
he was going to get hit once he brought it back in, and then he brought it right back out.
It almost was like Wentz was out there making
Big
something
V,
happen.
though. It was
Wentz
Big
couldn't
V.
have played any better than what Foles did.
To Tu's point, I think it speaks to Carson Wentz and the person that he is and the leader that he is. Because we're still talking about a dude in his second year.
Right.
And Nick Foles has been in the league, what now, 5 or 6? And the second year player is the one on the sideline, calming the dude down, calming the player down, trying to get him ready. I mean, that's amazing. Who does that? What you know?
Jason Peters, and he's times 10 in that league. Like,
But
that
Jason
speaks to a
Peters is-
veteran.
Jason
Right.
Peters is 37
That's
years
what I'm
old.
saying,
Yeah,
right?
he's,
So
you know,
Wentz steps right in, and God, you got 2 guys on the sidelines right there, and Peters and Wentz, better than Reich and anybody else you got.
I hate to say this though, because I look at Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, from a skill set standpoint, is the greatest quarterback that I've ever seen play. Forget the rings, just the skill set. He's been to 1 Super Bowl, right? It should have been to more. It wasn't his fault that special teams, but whatever. He's been to 1. So even with a healthy Carson, nothing is guaranteed. I think we all have to acknowledge that. That's why I can't help but get a feeling that the way the Eagles have won this year, who they are, what their identity is, what defines them, that if they don't do it this year, it's not going to be like, oh, okay, next year. This is the time. It's now. Like, this team can't have gone through everything it just went through all year and lose the Super Bowl.
That's the difference that you didn't see in 04. In 04, I mean, I know because
Willie
they
Beeman?
told me. Like, Rodney Harrison is sitting over there watching these guys run at full speed, breaking a sweat on the other side through warm-ups, laughing at him. This guy's going to be gassed in the second half. Now, granted, he had some of their plays, but still. He's just sitting there like other guys. Look at these guys, man. They're running full speed. They're running wind sprints.
We
before the
had
kickoff.
Willie Beeman that threw up on us. So.
Well, listen, I didn't want to go there
These
yet.
do not
I
wear
was
no number
easing
5
into it.
jerseys.
Yes,
Put 'em up.
say it again too. Tell everybody, put the Donovan
Put the
jerseys
Donovan
on.
McNabb jerseys up.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. You can't say anything until you get rid of that damn thing in your pocket.
Yeah, you got to
Okay.
do it.
It's different.
It's like him telling me to trim my beard when it's all trimmed
It was
up.
different. I was a member of the front
Oh,
office.
good.
I worked in player development. I wasn't
That don't
on
save you.
on the field.
Yo.
You didn't do your job
Yo.
to its completion
You're
that
supposed to
year.
make room for this year's stickers.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
And so
right.
get rid of them joints.
Well, he's going
And
to
a hoarder.
Minnesota.
He's a hoarder. He's a
Sports-wise,
hoarder.
sports-wise, I might have a few things in the closet, but
All right, well, think about it like this. So let's jump ahead, right? Because we'll talk and we'll react to everything, but now there's still this moment of hypothetical. And that's where you get the truest dream and vision of your dream. Because when you're reacting to something, you move away from it. And when you talk about your experience, you move away from it. So think ahead. I mean, think where you'll be. Think what your reaction is, who you're going to be celebrating with when that gun goes off. Because it really is about everything that we've been through as fans in this city for so long, and then you start to add in, the misery of the Phillies and the absence of Sixers titles and where the hell the Flyers have been, and then that starts to add up to even more anger and disappointment and stress with this Eagles team. So when they finally win, and do it against the Patriots, think about where you're going to be. Think about what you're going to feel like, who the
This
people
too.
you're going to be with.
Is this shop open on Monday after a Super Bowl win? It's not open anyway on Mondays, right?
For the parade.
No, I'll probably still be downtown.
Parade's Tuesday.
Parade's Tuesday.
Is it open on a Tuesday?
No,
The parade is
parade's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I
I'm gonna be
said-
down
So
at
the shop's not open.
I mean,
No,
they might be here.
I-
I'm not gonna be here.
I've said it a million times. I've said it out. This is my dream. The Super Bowl parade must go the full length of Broad Street.
Absolutely.
You said 309. I'm saying at least Cheltenham Avenue. You go from Cheltenham Avenue
Wow.
all the
It has
way to the neighborhood.
It has to.
I don't think it will.
You have
It
to.
never
No,
happened.
don't cut. Don't.
It
don't
would
sell
have to
us
be
short.
that way because
There's so
everybody
many people.
can't fit downtown.
Yeah,
And
you
downtown.
like
start
the
at
Broad
Market
Street
Street. There's gonna be no room for a parade. You gotta start at Cheltenham Avenue and go the full length.
You may have to
At least,
start up
at
in
least,
Shelton.
at
You might have to
least,
start at Cheltenham.
at
Start
least
on
Ollie
Eastern Road.
Avenue.
Because what's going to happen, everybody that like other teams from this city, like the fans of other teams, is going to come celebrate because they never got a chance to celebrate it in Dallas
You know
or
what though?
wherever.
It's not far fetched what John is saying because every first Sunday in May I run the Philadelphia Broad Street run. That's 10 miles from
Right.
Broad Island to the Navy Yard.
Right.
And that's blocked off from 6 a.m. to like 1 o'clock in the
No,
afternoon.
it's not hard to do that.
Yeah,
It's easy.
like,
It's gonna be a
come
hell
on,
of a
it
parade.
could be done, and like
Parade gotta
to
go.
make
Parade.
everybody's dreams come
Who
true.
walking with the parade?
To let everybody. Oh, I'm in the parade.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I'm in it.
You're the
I was
ringmaster.
in the Phillies parade. They had a media bus, and they were like, I was like, "What's the rules of the bus?" And they said, "Well, you can get off, you can get on whenever." Say no more. Say no more. I got off.
Y'all had one of them double-decker buses
Yep,
right
people was
there.
waving at me. I was like, well, I'm not on the team, but guess what? I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
Well,
I don't remember
what
1983.
we're about to experience, man, it's long.
I can't wait to see you. You're going to be crying.
Tears. I was in tears when they won the other. When they just won the other.
I ain't crying yet. I'm
I
talking about
I
that.
couldn't believe that.
Yo,
I get to
it's,
see us go to the Super Bowl for a third time.
It's definitely
Just to
emotional.
be arriving there is an honor for this team.
Right.
You know,
Not
I didn't
for
see
me.
the Raiders. I didn't see the Patriots. Now again, a repeat.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me we got a team like this? I'm talking about this is a great defense. And just like I said earlier, Carson Wentz is great in his own right. Everyone has their own name, Brett Favre, Tom Brady. But when you can get on a team and go in a locker room and make every man in that locker room better, that's greatness. And that's just what happened.
That's the Prince Harry
what happened.
effect.
That's just what happened.
The Prince Harry
what
effect.
Prince Harry
Everybody
effect.
stepped up. Everybody stepped up. Everybody.
But
stepped
you
up.
said something. We got to make it clear because you said you're so just happy that they're even there.
Yeah.
You can't be just happy.
No.
Not now.
They got to
No,
do it.
no.
It's got to be done.
We're not done yet.
No, we're talking like it's done.
We're not. It's not done
Right.
yet.
No, but I'm saying for the purposes of a hypothetical, I mean, think about where you're at.
Yeah.
It's different than saying, they won.
No, 'cause
Oh,
now
man.
here's the thing.
He's crying on. You told him it was a done deal, and now he's crying.
Stop it, you're about to cry.
Oh,
Stop it, you're about to
But that's
cry.
what you do.
Stop it, you're about to
That's why-
cry.
Oh,